Pointing results. Yeah. It looked so good as well. The game, of course, another late goal, which ruins it for us. That's another draw for us as well. I don't know how many games we've drawn. Just to put it into perspective, we've drawn too many games. It's not good enough at all. So going through the team lineups, I wasn't surprised. Obviously, Aubameyang being suspended, we had to have someone to, replace Aubameyang. We had Martinelli, so that was good. The only thing that really surprised me was that Mustafi was playing, and when neutrals look at Arsenal's team and see Mustafi's playing, they would know something's going to come. And I looked at that, I was like, why was Mustafi playing? But it was later announced that Socrates is ill. But I'd rather have Socrates playing whilst he was ill, while Socrates has one leg, while Socrates has three toes. A three-toe, one-legged Socrates is better than a Mustafi. I think we can all agree on that. So yeah, Mustafi was in, but the rest of the team was exactly how I expected it. Obviously, there was doubts over Torreira before the game, but Torreira seemed fine. He played the whole 90 minutes. Even though I think Guendouzi was about to come on, but when Sheffield United scored, it was like, okay, we need to keep Guendouzi on to at least make sure we don't lose this game, which we nearly did. So that's great. So going into this first half, it was pretty tight first half actually. Sheffield United started really well. Sheffield United, before I even gone for Sheffield United, are a quality team. They cause opposition problems. Actually, some teams just get scared when they play a big team. Because let's face it now, we are a big team. They don't care how we're playing, but usually teams will sit back and we'll just break them down. But from the start, Sheffield United really went for us. They went for an X, and they got a couple of chances. And it wasn't the greatest first half from us. We were trying. Saka was the one who was pushing up the most, and Saka did really well. But then, and defensively, we were kind of bad. There's only one bit of the first half where Mustafi was kind of in the corner, and McBurney just easily stole it from him. Even though Mustafi was trying to shield it, and McBurney landed in the box and nearly scored. So that was great defender from Mustafi. Another reason why we definitely need some defensive reinforcements this January. I mean, we're in January the 18th now, not long for the transfer window. I definitely think we need to do something defensively. Overall, in the first half, as I said, it wasn't the greatest first half. We didn't create many chances. No, we did. I'd say that, but we did. But there wasn't just that clinical. The last pass was missing. But as we needed someone to step up, a good better play from Mesut Ozil found it into Lacazette. Lacazette pulled it back to Saka, who was playing left back for Kolasinac, and he did really well to take on the Sheffield United right back and put the ball in. Yes, the cross took a heavy deflection, but Martinelli had to be there to score. If Martinelli's not there, who's going to score the goal? And it's one of those where he's in the right position at the right time. Martinelli finishes it. It was an open goal. Like Martinelli could have missed, but Martinelli obviously in for Aubameyang since Aubameyang is suspended, and yeah, getting the goal to put us 1-0 up at half time. And so going into half time, I felt like as soon as we scored the first goal, I was in my head thinking, okay, we definitely need a second goal. Without a second goal, I don't know if this could carry on. So going to the second half, it was a much different second half to the first half. Sheffield United weren't as good in the second half. We dominated Sheffield United in the second half, to be perfectly honest. We defended well. We did all right. We didn't create many chances ourselves, but we should have had a penalty. I felt like that was definitely, even though we went to VAR, Pepe was tackled. Pepe was clipped on the leg. That should have been a pen. We had multiple corners. We had multiple shots. We should have. The annoying thing from Arsenal today was the fact that we didn't get the second goal. Not getting the second goal today clearly hurt because the score is 1-1. So yeah, them getting the goal. We attacked. We tried to get that second goal. We took off Lacazette, brought in Nketiah. Nketiah, he brought in some energy. Pepe was there on the right. He was taking on defenders as usual. And so was Martinelli, obviously getting his goal. Ozil was passing. Okay, Ozil worked hard today, as Ozil has been working hard recently. His passing is normally one of the best in the league, but today, when he got the ball and he passed the ball, sometimes Ozil's passes were a bit too heavy for the likes of Martinelli. Martinelli was making perfect runs, but then Ozil put too much power on the pass a couple of times, and maybe I know that's not Özil, and that's just one game. You can't. We know Özil's good at passing, so one game of a bit not as good passing as usual. It doesn't. I mean, it hurts because we didn't win the game, but maybe you get what I mean. I'm trying to say. So then Sheffield United pushed on, and Callum Robertson got a cross. He put it in. I thought it took a deflection of one of the Arsenal defenders, but actually hit Billy Sharp. Landed to fleck, and he just volleys it, but he doesn't do like a normal. I mean, it is a normal volley. He kind of just he hits it, and when it goes in, I'm like, okay, it must have took a deflection. But when they showed the replay, he hit it off the floor, so they got a lot of bounce off the ball, and it went into a corner. I'm just like, oh no, not again, not another draw, because we've literally drawn all of our games. Well, okay, not literally all of our games, but we've drawn most of our games this season, which is very stupid. I think we have something like 10, 11 draws now, which, come on, if decisions went our way, a bit more clinical finishing, those 10 draws would be about 5 or something, and would be much in a much more better position than we are now. But now we're not, and they scored, and it could have got even worse for us, because after Sheffield United scored, it didn't look like we were going to score, because Lacazette wasn't on the pitch and we didn't create anything after they scored. But then Sheffield United could have scored, and if it weren't for a lucky block from our defenders, 2 blocks, they could have easily scored, and we could have easily lost this game. So the positive about this game is obviously that we didn't lose, but then the negative is we didn't win. So that's another draw to add to our countless amount of draws. And we move on to the next game, Tuesday, a big game for me. Obviously, Chelsea, a big game anyway, because it's Chelsea, and a big game for me personally, because it's Chelsea. So, obviously, I know Brandon's going to make his prediction. I know me and Brandon spoke, and he's already said draw, but I know in his prediction he'll be a bit bold looking at this result, and I think they'll get a win. But I generally see that Chelsea game as that game. That will be Arteta's first real test, a big game away from home. Can we do it? We haven't won a big game away from home since we beat City 2-0. So it's been a long time since we beat a big team away from home. And obviously the last time we beat Chelsea away was when Van Persie scored a hat-trick and absolutely ruined them. So hopefully last time it was Van Persie, this time it could be Lacazette and Martinelli doing that. Am I confident going into this Chelsea game? I'm in the middle. I think it's going to be a draw. Obviously, I'm hoping we just get the revenge of what happened at the Emirates, because Chelsea, yeah, they might have dominated after Jorginho came on, but they did not deserve it. And if Leno didn't make that mistake, they don't win the game, and we would have won 1-0. So I hope the players remember that, and we get some revenge and we beat Chelsea. And I want a beating, but can we give Chelsea a beating at their own ground? But then I'm looking at it at this point. We're low on points. We're not low. Okay, we're not low on points, but we're far behind. And we need to start picking points if we're going to make top 4, because we can't rely on the Europa League again. As we saw what happened last year. We relied on Europa League and it still didn't work out. If we want to improve this team, we need Champions League football. So, yeah, that's it for this review. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll probably end up doing my prediction for the Chelsea game tomorrow, because since the game is on Tuesday, it's a midweek game. So, yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also look out for Brandon's prediction as well. So, yeah, peace.